Welcome to Talking to the Town. We're glad that you're with us today because we are back intact.
Yep.
Boom.
Back
baby.
in the studio.
Yay. We have a great show for you today. We have Mr. Barry Durden from Paces. They're a restoration company and they do a bunch of different things. So it's going to be a very exciting show, very informative. So everybody's going to want to stick around and find out, different things that, they can do or may encounter with their home and how they might be able to get things taken care of.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on now and has been for the last couple of years.
The weather's just crazy lately.
No, a lot of rain.
A lot of rain.
Everything's green.
Yeah, definitely, and everything's wet. But last week was 4th of July, and Mother Nature kind of hemmed and hawed about that too. So it was kind of interesting to see what happened.
It's nice to have the day off, though, right?
Exactly, absolutely. Did you do anything Friday? Did you take off Friday? Did you go to
No. We just take one day off. That's it.
Hey, you know what? I want to tell you. It's we're running the Damon's Design Team commercial on SCB, and that thing is so cute. So many people.
I get a lot of comments. Yeah.
Jeff Cooper loves the running scene in the heels.
Running in heels.
Anyway, so a little plug for Jeff, and that video was done by our production guy James. Hey, James. Yeah, he's waving. But anyway, we do have a great show for you. You just concluded.
Henry Players just finished Alice in Wonderland. It was a wonderful show. Costumes and set was amazing. So kudos to everyone that worked on the show. And we're always in working on the next show. So I'm going to be in the next show, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. And it's
is that Jolene?
Yeah, I'm Jolene from Oklahoma. Yeah, so I'll be putting on the real Southern accent or Western accent for that one. But yeah, that'll be end of August, so be looking for that.
Awesome. And we have a quick moment. We've talked about revamping the programming here on SCB, and you're seeing a bunch of new shows. And by now that you're watching this show, you've seen 2 episodes of the new news program, which is in partnership with the Daily Herald. So we're very excited about that. And continue to let us know what your feedback is, information that you want from us, both from a news perspective, from a show perspective, and quality programming, because it's coming your way. Right. So anyway, we'll be back with Barry Durden here in just 1 second. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now, we are here with Barry Durden, who is the owner of Paces. And Barry, when we were talking, first of all, welcome to the show.
Yes.
Thank you. When we were talking off camera about what is Paces, you were describing about how it's gone through this metamorphosis of stuff. So why don't you start off by telling our viewers a little bit about the history?
Sure, and it has done that. It started as a Paces Cleaning Services out of Rockdale County, owned by Owen Paces. Paces is a long-time family name in the Atlanta area.
Okay.
If you've been from Atlanta for a while, you've probably heard the name. And it basically started as a cleaning and water mitigation cleanup company for the insurance industry. So they called it Paces Cleaning Services, which kind of, to me, sounded like a glorified maid service, if you will.
A little bit.
And it did. I got involved about 7 years ago. My partners bought the company about 15 years ago. And continued to work in the insurance industry. And then when I bought the company, I had been involved in textile restoration from fires and water losses, et cetera, for, 20 years. And then when I bought the company, I said, guys, look, we do more restoration work than cleaning work. And we decided to not drop the name cleaning at first because people had known it for so long. So we changed the name Paces Restoration and Cleaning.
Right, okay.
And I said, so we kept that for 3 or 4 years. I said, okay, it's time to drop the cleaning name. So we went to Paces Restoration Services after that.
Yeah.
After I was involved for about a year or 2, we decided to do contracting. We were already in people's homes. We were mitigating the losses.
Right.
And mitigation is to lessen the severity of the loss. So we were there already. We were cleaning up water damage, fire damage, just getting it clean, ready for the contractor to come in and do work. And since we were already there and had established a relationship with the homeowner,
you go ahead and do the contracting.
Why not stay?
Well, that makes sense.
Exactly.
You've
You
got, if you will, a built-in clientele.
Yeah.
That you've already
That's
established
a no-brainer,
relationship with.
certainly,
If you go in and do a good job on the front end, you might as well stay. And so then we started doing contracting.
Yeah.
And then after that, so for legal reasons and insurance reasons, we opened up Paces Contracting. So we had 2 different entities.
Okay.
Paces Restoration Services and Paces Contracting Services. Well, that kind of got convoluted in the marketing scheme of things. Are you two different companies, or are you the same company? And so after we ran along with that for 3 or 4 years, we just decided to call it Paces. So the name Paces had always been there. So now with the name Paces, you really can't take away or add to it. If you take away, there's nothing there.
There you
So
go.
we're going to stick with Paces.
Okay.
For a while.
And
So it's
everybody
been a
knows.
process.
Yeah, and we were talking about his logo, and he's got a nice little logo there on his shirt, and describes all the different services that you do.
That's correct. Fire, water, storm, mold. But basically, we are in the insurance industry. We don't do a lot of private contracting, if you will. We will if a past customer calls us back. We do a little bit of that. But we primarily focus on the insurance industry and disasters, if you will.
Yeah.
It's bad, but it happens.
Yeah.
But someone has to come in and restore. There's a lot of empathy and sympathy that goes in our business.
Certainly.
Because you're walking into someone's home that they just had disaster.
Yeah, it's horrible. I guess, do you even deal with roofs?
Yes, we
Tree
deal with
falls
roofs.
someone's
Absolutely.
roof in this weather we're having?
Yes,
lately? Yeah.
roofs is a big part of the business. Right now, hailstorms,
Yeah.
I was going to bring that up.
trees are falling a lot lately. That's been
Yeah.
a large portion of our business. This year, probably the largest portion of any year in the past, from the hailstorms and all the rains, and then the wind comes and the trees blow down. So we keep a couple of people on staff that are HAG certified, and that's a national certified company that goes around and monitors how you do roofs, how you put on roofs, how to identify damage mainly.
Yeah, it's important.
Because you can get on roofs and there's blisters. There's mechanical problems for where it was installed that may look like hail claims. It may look like hail claims.
Can we stop there and just elaborate a little bit on the whole roof thing? Because I mean, since I've been here, we have had numerous hail storms.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because one house will get it and the one right next to it won't.
Right.
And I know it's all like insurance driven and stuff like that, but the last time we had a hailstorm, my mom's roof was checked out, and I went over there to just watch the process and stuff. And the guy was telling me a little bit about the pattern, or you have a certain number of hits within a square footage.
square.
Can you elaborate on that so we know what we're
Sure.
looking for?
A square is a 10 by 10 foot section of a roof, and you actually buy roofing in squares. And insurance companies have come up with a standard of how much damage has to be on the roof before they feel it's been compromised.
So that they will replace the whole thing.
Yeah, insurance companies are very good at writing policies. Of course, I love them, obviously, but sometimes there's gray areas there. Some insurance companies will say 10 hits, some will say 20, some will say it has to go through the shingle, some say it has to go through the shingle, it has to go through the felt, some say it has to go through the shingle, it has to go through the felt, and it has to damage the plywood, the decking.
Wow.
So there's a lot of
That's
things.
pretty hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a pretty hard. That's pretty hard.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you said someone come out and look at your wife's roof. What we offer to the insurance agents, which is very important, is a free assessment of the roof. Because the last thing what you want to do is file a claim and there's no damage.
Right.
Because
Yeah, you don't want claims.
yeah, you don't want claims. What the insurance industry is calling it now is 3 silver bullets. You basically have 3 claims in 3 years or you're going to get dropped.
Yeah.
And so we're offering a free assessment. Don't file a claim. Call us and give us the opportunity to go look and see if there is enough damage that would warrant a claim or repairs or pay for a complete
To go
roof
forward
change.
from there, yeah.
And then you kind of play it that way. If someone's deductible, it's $1,500, $2,500, the amount of the repair really still going to determine whether you want to file a claim or not.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got a lot more information to get from Barry, maybe even more on roofs. Huh? So stay tuned, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Hi, welcome back. So we're speaking with the owner of Paces, Barry Durden, and we were just talking about all the work you do for roofs, but there's so much more that your company does. What about fire damage and water damage?
Yes, we do a lot of fire and a lot of water damage. Probably 70-80% of our business is fire and water damage.
Yeah.
And one thing that we have that we offer the insurance industry and the homeowner is once you have fire and water damage, a lot of time you're misplaced from your home.
Yeah.
And if you're misplaced from your home, a lot of time we have to take all the contents of your home and we have to move them to a storage facility.
Yeah.
So here off Eagles Landing Parkway, we have a 30,000 square foot plus storage facility. we become a huge closet for you, if you will.
Yeah, well,
And we just-
that's important. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, where's my stuff going to be, and where is it going to go, and what's going to happen in the meantime? So we bought our own building instead of using storage facilities or
Right.
storage sites and put people's stuff in. We have our own facility here, located here in Henry County. We also have one in Cobb County for our North Metro customers, and we have a storage facility in Macon, Georgia, for the Central Georgia
Okay,
customers.
so you cover
yeah,
all those areas.
So we try to cover about 70% of the households, the rooftops, if you will.
Yeah.
And so we have the storage facility. It's 24-hour security, climate controlled, and so your contents from your home. And contents, if you think of anything that was in the house when you walked in to buy it, let's say a new builder, you walked into a new home and what wasn't there? And I'm talking linens, curtains,
Everything. Your
everything.
clothes in your
Clothes,
closet.
shoes,
That
yeah.
gets damaged. Yeah, everything.
And you find a lot of things under beds and in attics, and
Yeah.
and there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff in someone's house, spoons, knives. People just ask, well, where's my silverware going to be? And then a lot of people, hunters, guns. Where's my guns?
Right.
Where's my
Well,
boys?
you
You want to know it's
Yeah.
secure and things like
Absolutely.
that. So obviously what we're talking about is destruction to the home and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So you do fire. I mean, what's that process? Say like I as a homeowner have experienced a fire. I buzz you up, Barry, got a fire. What's that look like?
Man, I tell you what, it's pretty catastrophic for people, and it's pretty emotional because they start going through and they start thinking about maybe memories and things they've lost that way. It's according on how bad the fire is, but it's a phone call you never want to make, and I hope I never want to make. But we handle it from the ground up, cradle to grave, if you will. We will come in and start the process of taking care of your contents, helping you even list your discard items. If we can't save anything and bring it back to pre-damaged condition, the insurance company owes you for that.
Right.
Okay, and that's actually a harder process than it would be to rebuild the house. There's a lot. Rebuilding the house is fairly easy. It was there, the walls were there, you know the measurements, you know what it was. You may get to choose new colors and new floors. But when you start going through your contents of
Replacing,
pictures
all that.
and albums and clothes and shoes, and you'll be surprised, and then you have to list that down of what you own.
Wow.
And just to remember, we try to do room by room, just remember which
Yeah.
pictures were hanging on the walls,
Yeah.
which games. Just think about the games your kids had growing up, the Monopoly sets, and then the silverware and the china.
Yeah.
And,
Would we started doing that when we first got married, Stephanie and I, and it's just so laborious, But I mean, would video work? I mean, would you suggest
idea.
that?
Absolutely. There's a company out of Peachtree City, I forget the name now, but it would be a great idea for anyone to go through their house and video.
Very good idea.
Open your drawers, open the kitchen cabinets, and video what's inside the kitchen.
But then you need to store that video somewhere
Yes, you do.
Offsite.
You need to store the video
before
somewhere,
something ever happens.
Yeah.
or in a fire-safe place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off-site, on-site, do 2 or 3 is what
Yeah.
we recommend.
Yeah.
Do 2 or 3 videos, have it 2 or 3 places, and then have that video, because it's really amazing. And you think about the jewelry, your jewelry, the ladies' jewelry, your shoes. I mean, you probably have 2 or 3 pair, right?
Oh, at least.
100.
I meant to say 200 or 300.
Yeah,
you're
right.
And then you start just T-shirts. I mean, you just think about the expense
Yeah.
of things, and you think about what a bedspread costs these days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
phenomenal.
crazy.
Replacing things, yeah.
Replacing things
A lot of
is
money.
really
And then
that's
the
a lot of-
kids with all the electronics, man. That'll chime up real quick.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
And you forget about all those things when you start. You start thinking about some of the pictures and other stuff. But in textiles, it's about 35% of what anyone owns in a home. And just because the comforters and bedspreads, you don't think about the curtains and drapes, the expense of that, having them put in homes.
Right.
Pretty much the same experience with like water, water issues.
Actually, yes, water usually works its way from the bottom, and it's going to find the lowest level first. So if it starts upstairs, typically everything upstairs is okay. It just floods everything downstairs.
Downstairs, yeah.
So typically you don't have 2 stories of content damage. You'll usually on a water loss or flood loss, unless a tree opens up a house and it rains all night.
Right, yeah.
But a typical water loss is contained in 2 or 3 rooms: a laundry room and the surroundings of the laundry room, a kitchen, the kitchen and maybe the surroundings there. And a lot of times it does a lot of damage from the bottom of the furniture.
Yeah.
And it works its way up, but it damages just as severely as a fire. I mean, it's just what it touches. Where fire just seems the smoke, and every home has a wind pattern and an air pattern that air flows through and can find its way into creeks and crevices where water just seems to go low and creep around. But yeah, it's the same way. Then you have to replace all the floors. So to replace all the floors, all the furniture's got to come out.
Yep.
Go to
Be
a storage
stored,
facility, and we have to store it.
Yeah.
And I guess have you guys? Sorry, have
that's
you? What about tornadoes? I know we don't get a lot. We're pretty lucky here, I think, in the kind of this part of Metro Atlanta. You know, there's other parts of Georgia that seem to get hit all the time. But have you had to deal with tornadoes?
It seems they come in from Alabama the most on the Carrollton
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
We did have a small one about 2 months in Covington. 2 months ago in Covington, we've got 2 houses out there
Okay.
that we're rebuilding. Part of the roof was torn off. About $60,000, $70,000 each home. There was a few homes completely destroyed in the Covington area,
Wow.
in the Newton County Social Circle area. So this year we have had one touchdown nearby, but typically you're right. We're
pretty
safe
lucky
with
here,
tornadoes.
Yeah. Well, again, a lot of information to cover, and we've got to cut the break, so we'll be right back in a couple minutes. Stay tuned.
Hi, welcome back. Well, we're going to wrap up our segment. It's been very interesting speaking with you, Barry, your company Paces. So is there anything we've left out that we need to touch on? Where are your locations again?
Well, that's a good question. We have a location in Cobb County, right above the Big Chicken. Everyone knows where the Big Chicken is. They kind of service North Metro Atlanta and North Georgia.
Okay.
We're located here in Henry County, which is really nice. 675 and 285. This location here was, other than we're from this area, is that you can get to east pretty easy, west, north, south by hitting 675 and hitting 285. Paces was located in Conyers for about 15 years, and to get to the west side of town was just crazy.
Yeah.
You had to go through the city.
Yeah.
And so this really helps us with South Metro Atlanta, East and West Metro. And then about a year and a half ago, we were getting a lot of calls to go to Middle Georgia.
Yeah.
Around the Central Georgia area.
Macon.
And Macon was fine. It was actually closer than getting sometimes through town and
Yeah.
just getting to Decatur.
Yeah.
But then Central Georgia has a lot of pine trees and a lot of roads, and you're looking at a lot to get to the Lawrence County area, the Valdosta area, the Tiffin area. So we really decided to open up a place in Macon
Okay.
to cover the Central Georgia area, if you will. So like I said earlier, and that puts us within about an hour's driving distance between each location to about 70% of the rooftops in Georgia.
So tell us the scenario. If someone has, their house caught on fire last night, what's the first thing they need to do? Do they call you guys first?
They just call Paces 770-482-415.
Okay.
Just call Paces and we'll take it from there.
I guess after they've called the fire department 911.
And when you say take it from there, I mean you work with all the insurance
Yes,
providers?
we have. We're preferred vendor for quite a few programs. The big ones, Allstate, State Farm, Farm Bureau.
Okay.
They're the big three
Yep.
here in Georgia, and we are a preferred vendor for each one of them. Typically, a lot of people, if it's during the week, they'll call their agent.
Yeah.
If it's not during the weekend, nights and weekends, they call the 800 number.
Okay.
And and then they'll lead them in a direction. Typically, they're going to give them 3 contractors to choose from, 3 mitigation companies. But what's nice about us, we can come in and do the mitigation, and then we can stay and do the construction
Right.
again. And you're only dealing with one company throughout the whole process.
Yeah.
That's smart. Good deal. Well, again, great information. Barry, we appreciate you being here.
Yes.
Thanks for
I
being on the
enjoyed it.
show.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And again, go out and like us on Facebook, SCB TV. I'm sure you Facebook too. You have a Facebook page?
Well, actually, that's under construction right
Under
now.
construction.
I'm
To be
getting
coming.
talked into that.
Yeah.
To be coming,
But
right?
website and all that other stuff. So let us know what you think. And until next week,
Yeah.
we'll see you later. Bye.